terrorist cell. They did exactly what we expect of them, the FBI, and I want to just publicly thank them and commend them. Having said that, it's obviously very disconcerting that these alleged attacks were going to be carried out not only in my district, but in the community in which I live, in the Riverdale section of Bronx, New York. In fact, one of the synagogues is only about 3 or 4 blocks from my home, and I have been at both synagogues repeatedly. And so I take the terrorist threat, these are homegrown terrorists, unfortunately. Now, I take the terrorist threat, and by the way, for the initial reports that we're getting, that these alleged terrorists were converted to radical Islam in jails. I think we kind of need to look at that as a problem as well. If jails are going to become a breeding ground for people to convert to any kind of radicalism, then I think something is going mightily wrong.
But wouldn't that be more likely, Congressman, if any one of those detainees is in any one of these New York jails, be they you know, super facilities or not? I'm talking Attica or Sing Sing or Rikers Island even. I mean, if you had any one of them there, the fear would immediately be that they'd be indoctrinating others to the cause there. What do you make of that?
Well, here's the problem, Neil. I think, look, I have been very strong in my career in supporting the war on terror, in supporting fights against homegrown terrorists and terrorists from abroad. I think the whole issue of Guantanamo has sort of clouded what needs to be done. Nobody is saying that these people should be released or these people should go certain places.
If you shut down, but Congress, I just want to be clear, if you shut down Gitmo, they gotta go somewhere. You know, you can't put them at a Holiday Inn. I mean, so they gotta, if Gitmo goes, then they gotta go somewhere. No country wants them. No state or district seems to want them. So I think what Vice President Cheney was saying, what Mitch McConnell was saying, what even some Democrats have been saying is, look, maybe the better part of valor is just keep the darn place open, keep them where they are, and maybe we'll settle this some time from now.
Well, the problem with that, and look, I'm not for shutting Gitmo tomorrow and having the prisoners go. I think the problem with Gitmo is it's become a symbol. I think President Obama said it right yesterday or this morning. Gitmo, unfortunately, has become a symbol of what's bad and what we've done that may have blemished our image or what we've done in the past.
Well, sometimes for good reason, right? I'm sorry, sir, but sometimes for good reason, right? When we get this Pentagon report, I guess that the New York Times leaked, that 1 out of 7, when they do get out of there, they go back to being enemy combatants. It kind of reinforces your image that these aren't good guys.
Well, they're not good guys. I've never said they were good guys, and they deserve to have the book thrown at them. I also believe they deserve to have a trial at some point. I don't really think it behooves us to keep people locked up without rights or trial for years and years and years. If we have the goods on them, we ought to use them, and there may be cases.
But are enemy combatants different, sir, than your standard run-of-the-mill crook or alleged crook?
They are.
So if these are enemy combatants and deemed to be enemy combatants, and then all of a sudden we're treating them as mere criminals, then we have changed the game plan, right?
Well, I don't think it's an either-or. I think, obviously, we need to take this very seriously. I don't think we willy-nilly release them. Look, the people that have been released were all released under the Bush administration. But I don't think that we ought to play politics, Democrats or Republicans. We ought to come up with a cohesive policy to keep the bad guys away from us.
All right. Congressman, thank you very much. Much more on this, by the way, on Fox Business Network when I talked to former New York Governor George Pataki. In the meantime, we're just getting word that AIG, the big insurer that's been rescued to the tune of $200 billion,